What do you think of Carly Gregg? Was she insane at the time that she killed her mother and tried to kill her stepfather? Or was she? Is she just a little psychopath? Let's bring in our guests, see what they think. Entertainment law and trial attorney Lee Hutton and criminal defense attorney Eric Schwartzreich on the program. Good morning to you, gentlemen. Lee, let me start with you, please. Tell us your thoughts, just as an objective observer watching both sides present here. Tell us what you're thinking this morning about Carly Gregg.
Well, I'm going to give you a perspective of both sides. One perspective is that here you have somebody who is answering questions, seems to understand which hand she used it with, was not questioning the incident, and just seemed to have it somewhat together, which is going to have one particular juror or many particular jurors question whether or not she was actually under some type of mental distress. On the other hand, here you have a young girl, a kid, a baby, who just went through this horrific incident, and her mannerisms are calm. They're unusual for what I think an everyday lay person would probably consider that a person who went through such a traumatic event would act. So it's going to be very interesting how the attorneys use the visual of this video to explain whether she was under some type of mental distress or not.
Lee, thank you. Eric, want to get your thoughts, please. Tell us what you're thinking as you're observing this trial from afar.
Well, this is not a whodunit, it's a why. Why did this happen? I mean, we look at the McNaughton test. Did she appreciate the consequences of her actions? And, you know, insanity defenses are a tough sell. They're not very popular. They're like pineapple pizzas. I mean, some people might take a pineapple pizza or a jury, but some are not going to have it. And you look at her, she's not acting what people think when you think insane, like crazy. But the defense needs to show that she was under a mental defect. And it's going to be a tough sell. They want the jury to, they're hearing from lay witnesses, expert witnesses. They heard from the psychiatrist. They heard about the father's mental health history, the bipolar diagnosis, the medication that was not helping her or not the right medication. But when you look at this as a layperson, when you watch it, I mean, you're looking at a child. And you want to say, is this a monster? Because the acts that happen here that she did, because she admitted it, because you have to in a sanity defense, are monstrous acts. Is she a monster, or did she not appreciate the consequences of her action? Was there some mental defect going on at the time that she committed this? And we're looking at video from body-worn camera from law enforcement from before and after. And it's a tough sell, but there is a lot of sympathy for this acne-ridden young girl. And you feel for her, but the acts are just so horrendous here in this case.
Right, Eric. Thank you. I want you and Lee to stand by kindly, please. We're going to hit our first break of the